So today we're going to be looking at engraving some canvas with our 6-watt diode laser. I've prepared some canvas which I bought from a shop very cheaply. I believe this little one was a pound. Yeah, they're very cheap. I also picked up this one. This isn't the biggest one they do. They do all sorts of different sizes, but this is probably the biggest one my diode laser could fit. This is, what's that? It's 400 by 400, and that was only £2.49. So yeah, what I want to do with this is something really creative that will involve, again, creating images using AI, but then it's going to be engraved in black and white, but then I plan on adding some color later on, which we'll see in the video. A long time ago, there was an artist that popped up on the internet of a video where he did something very similar, and as soon as I seen it, I knew I wanted to try and create it using my laser. So I'm going to be trying doing that on our little one today. So like I said, the image I've got ready, I'll put it up on the screen now. I've created this using artificial intelligence. I'll put a link down below in the description to show you the website, completely free to use. I'll put another link up here as well and in the description to show you a video I've done recently about creating images using the AI and how you can put in custom prompts to get literally whatever you want. So I'm going to get this loaded into Lightburn now. We'll chuck it on the laser, we'll get everything lined up. We'll engrave the image, and then we're going to go on to our next step of adding the color. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet because it's going to be a bit tricky, but we're going to get it, add different colors, and then we're going to hopefully get this really cool effect that this artist done before. If I can remember who this artist is, I will pop the name on the screen down in the description, because the art is absolutely amazing. Right, so just before we run this, I'm going to set the speed at 6,000 millimeters a minute. I am going to crank the max power to 60% because I want to be able to get through the black paint. Actually, no, we'll go 65. We'll go 65% because I just want to make sure it does get through all the way through the black paint on parts it needs to. We're going to go at 300 DPI. And we're going to be using image mode of dither in Lightburn. All right, guys, so just before we finish today's project, just a very quick mention from today's sponsors. So being a creator myself, I do tend to use magnets for lots of different things, be it holding pieces down within my laser engravers, putting tools on the wall, or even putting them in things from 3D printed items. And now I do have another type of magnetic item to add to my arsenal, and it's these magnetic charging cables, which have been sent to me by a company called Magtame. So Magtame reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to try out some of their cables, and I was very impressed with these cables they sent me. They are absolutely fantastic. So what I mean by the cables being magnetic is, if you look at that coil, and it'll always shoot back to itself, because the cable itself is actually magnetic. So if I show you, I've got a little box of knickknacks. There's pieces of wood and there's pieces of metal in there. If I pop that in, you can see the metal items will stick to it, and obviously the wood ones won't. That is because there's actually magnets weaved within the actual cable. So what that basically means is you'll have no more mess, because these cables will not tangle unless you physically tie them in a knot. You can chuck them in the drawer as is, or chuck them in your bag, and they will not tangle up. And they'll always stay coiled up unless you actually physically pull them apart. But when you're done with them, you can just literally put them back together like that. So yeah, as you've seen, they offer two different types of cables. So you've got the flat cable. So this one just coils up on itself and keeps very flat like that. And they also offer the one which will coil on top of itself. Now you can wrap it to be like that one, but it's designed to sit on top of itself like that. So anytime you pull it out and then put it back in, it'll just coil back up. They do offer a wide variety of cables such as C to C, C to Lightning, A to C, A to Lightning, and so on. So they are also very durable as well, because not only is that cable magnetic, it's also a braided nylon. So that will not split or tear. So check out the link down below in the description, guys. We've also got a 10% code off for you as well. I recommend getting over there, getting one of these as soon as you can, because these will change your life. All right, then, guys, so the canvas has just completed. It probably took about an hour, and I'm very impressed. Very impressed with how this turned out. Now, one thing I did notice when I started is I probably should have inverted the image. But as I thought, I'll just let it go, because if I'm not happy with it, I can just do another canvas. But let me show you there. It's turned out absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the first time I've ever tried doing a canvas, and I am very happy with how that's done. I probably will do another one with inverting the image, but at the moment I'm happy with that. I can use this now as well to do the test, where I'm going to put a couple of colours on it. Right, so the next part of my plan now is to add colours to a specific part of this. That specific part being the planet. How I'm going to achieve this, I think I'm just going to put some masking tape around and then just try and cut around that as neat as I can. And then, because I want to pool paint there and have it drip down this way, so I think I'm going to get a glue gun and then glue around that to create like a wall, and then hopefully we can like tip the paint and it'll drip down. I hope. Let's put some masking tape there, and let's put some there. Now I should really use my laser just to laser out the shape of that, but my computer decided to do an update and it's like stuck on 5%. Just so I don't cut through the canvas, I'm going to mark it out on here in pencil. And then so somehow pencil goes through masking tape. That's a good thing to learn. Yeah, it's gone right through the masking tape. That's fine, I think we can fix that. So let's use like this as like a cutting board. Line them up. I really wish I could do this with my laser, but right, so this should just peel up, and then so should that bit. Okay, so now I should be able to take this bit first, put that back over the planet, like so, and then the bottom bits there. I want to put hot glue. I didn't want to put hot glue directly on the canvas because I wasn't sure how it would react. So now let's try and put some hot glue let that dry for 2 minutes, and I'm going to start mixing the paint. Okay, right, so I've got 2 cups. They both got a tiny bit of water in them. Start off with some green acrylic paint. Let's mix them all around. Let's pour our paint in. Oh, it's still a little bit too runny, but I'm going to go for it. And then straight down. Should I have... Guys, I'm second guessing myself. Okay, now let's pour... Ooh. It's looking alright, but it doesn't really mix them as much as I hoped. Let's just let all that excess run off. Leave that to dry a couple of minutes, come back, hopefully we can take the masking tape off along with the glue, and I'm hoping it looks alright. We'll find out now. Right, bad news guys, it didn't work. Like, it really didn't work. Paint seeped under the masking tape and made a mess of it. But something else happened. Right, look how good that looks, right? This is one of them happy mistakes that where it went wrong so bad it went right. Now I didn't film any of this because I was just trying to clean it up, and then I kind of got a bit, let's say a bit experimental with it. So obviously this bit is where we poured the paint, but it seeped under the masking tape and it started bleeding all over the shop there, and then down here it looked a hot mess. So I got some isopropyl alcohol, lots of Blue Roll, and then I just started wiping it away. All the paint was coming up where the black paint on the canvas still was, and anywhere where obviously it was engraved, it was staying there. So I thought, alright, it's ruined, let me just try something else before we bin this. So then I just got some red poster paint, poured it on, got some Blue Roll, wiped it, and then cleaned it off with the isopropyl alcohol and the Blue Roll. This actually turned out amazing. Kind of gutted I didn't film me cleaning the mess, but like I said, all I did was just pour paint on and just wipe it back off. Where it was engraved, it's obviously stayed on there because it's still part of the canvas. Now it didn't turn out like the plan I had in my head, but this is wall worthy in my eyes, guys. I'm definitely going to try doing this same sort of thing on a larger canvas. But yeah, this happy little accident, guys, turned out absolutely amazing. If you ever want to do canvases and add colour, put black paint on, engrave it, get a paintbrush. If you want to be detailed with it, get a paintbrush and just paint the parts you want to be certain colours, then just wipe it away and then carry on doing it. And yeah, you'll get an awesome result. I like those skulls at the bottom, how they're all kind of like different colours. One's blue, one's green, and one's a bit red. I'm happy how it turned out. I was gonna bin this video. When it went wrong, I was just gonna end it and think, oh well, that's not gonna work. I'm happy with how this turned out anyway. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. The ending was a little bit different where the outcome wasn't exactly what I planned, but it still got quite a good outcome. At least I've learned something here now. I hope you've learned something as well. So if you want to try canvases, the engraving bit's very easy, but then painting them is even easier now. I'm going to do another one on the large canvas we showed at the beginning of the video. I'm going to plan it the way I've made this one. So instead of trying to mask it and have that poured, I'm going to plan where the colours are going to be, paint them, wipe them off, and we'll try and get a really nice looking large canvas as well. But I am really happy with how this turned out. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think, and if you think there's any other thing I could have done to improve it, or if you've done canvases before and you know little tips or techniques I could be using. As I said, this is my first time trying it. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the video and the outcome down in the comments, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.